Trucking is the backbone of this country.
The clothes we're wearing, the table next to us, the chairs we're sitting in, all of this was on a truck.
It's very challenging to run a trucking company. It's a really tough business. Insurance is one of the top 3 or 4 line items for a trucking company. It becomes nearly impossible to keep a trucking company profitable. Commercial trucking insurance is probably the hardest line of property and casualty insurance.
Data and technology are the solution to the problems that we have.
So in 2018, the federal government mandated that all Class 8 trucks have what are called ELDs, onboard electronic logging devices, and basically overnight turned 3.65 million Class 8 trucks into connected IoT devices. Federato has been a great tool for us to be able to take the data that we are pulling in and processing it and put it in front of our underwriting team. We had a vision to build an insurance company that would better service the trucking industry using technology to provide them with a better overall insurance product that provides them with the ability to earn discounts, as well as safety tools and resources to help them get safer through the policy term. It's tremendously complex. We're pulling in billions of data points, hundreds of millions of miles, billions of miles of data.
And Federato is a big piece of that. Instead of looking at a table of drivers and measuring different driver characteristics, we're able to visualize using, charts and graphs showing trends and really, highlighting or making things pop.
Begins, middle, and ends with Federato, having everything nicely laid out in front of you where you can just go through the tabs, make your notes. And if you need to dig in further, you can.
You could have an underwriter that has all the data in the world. If they can't make quick decisions on it, then that defeats the purpose of their job.
AI in insurance is a huge thing right now. What people mean by that is a couple things. They either mean automation or they mean big data and modeling.
Investing in AI and AI infrastructure today is critical. If you don't have a system that you're using today that is capturing your underwriter's thought process or your claims people's thought process, whatever type of system they're using, collecting that data in a way that's highly accessible and highly flexible, you're going to have a really, really difficult time utilizing AI technology in the future.
I am very excited to work with Federato on all of those pieces. They've got a great data science team that has helped us build some models actually in our instance. We didn't even ask them to do this. They just built some models in our instance and said, hey, we want to show you some data. And what they were showing us was winnability scores and appetite scores to help us triage our risk so we could work on the highest winnability and highest opportunity risk first, which helps our overall bind efficiency and gives us up to a 30 to 50% lift in our ability to write more good premium.
It's something that we had been working on ourselves and somewhat struggling with. Federato came with a fresh approach and really was able to show us how to leverage all the data that we're collecting in a different way, and ultimately just developed a kind of a submission prioritization tool that was just fantastic out of the box and really kind of reset the way that we were thinking about the problem that we were trying to solve.
And it's been huge for us, right? When we can look at a winnability score and determine if we are 3 to 5 times more likely or less likely to win that than a regular piece of business, it allows the underwriters to focus on the more winnable ones.
Then there's the models that live inside Federato, within Federato. And those models, like our winnability model, are constantly learning. Whereas before it would take a long cycle to develop and deploy and test and everything a model. Now that happens much more rapidly. The model is training on itself. It's always learning. It's always learning about what's going on within the platform and optimizing itself. The iteration times on model development now are much, much more rapid than they were in the past, and they're just getting faster.
Federato rules configuration are so easy that you can just log in, add a couple of rules, see how they impact the business, log out, come back, log a few more.
In the past, I believe underwriters have had a literal stack of papers that had their underwriting rules on them. We went into Federato and codified those rules, and those things will automatically trigger a rules apply flag to pop up.
It's reconciling the risk characteristics against our underwriting guidelines. The underwriter isn't worried about, missing something, right? The underwriter is not worried about reconciling against 100 pages of underwriting guidelines. With our first 30 rules that we programmed, we were able to capture about 95% of the recommended declines and recommended referrals.
Speed to quote is a big piece of the success story here.
Workflow without Federato is scattered, disorganized, harder than it has to be. I think it was like 9 different systems that we were using. It was pretty bad.
Prior to Federato, we had 9 different systems throughout a submission process. We've consolidated that down to 1.
Our best estimate was around 20 days from submit to quote. And after the Federato implementation, it's between 5 to 8 days, which is just an incredible improvement.
The amount of safety look back completions that we've gotten has more than tripled since January, and the amount of quotes we've gotten out has doubled.
And it's changed just a lot, just the way that my day-to-day is and the efficiency, a lot less manual work and getting through a lot more submissions. It used to be maybe 10 a day and now it's like 20.
The Action Center is a great way to do that, right? With referrals. I have all of my team on anything that they quote that is outside of their authority. They can easily refer it to me.
The goal is not to automate away the underwriter, just to be very clear. It's all about empowering the underwriter to make better decisions and spend more of their time focused on higher level cognitive tasks.
Most people would think that this is mutually exclusive. You can either make better decisions or you can make decisions faster. But with this technology, with this platform, with this foundation, I really believe that we can be doing both at the exact same time. So I'm expecting even more efficiency, even more speed, a better user experience for the agents, all while improving consistency and discipline.
It's underwriters as technologists. They're very involved in crafting the digital workflow and understanding what they need to see and when they need to see it in the workflow. They are data analysts. They're working closely with the data analytics team to understand what's in the models and also what's not in the models.
Federato is not what it was 6 months ago. It has evolved with us to our needs and our specifications.
We are constantly evolving and changing, and that is the nature of our business and of data science and technology and innovation. So Federato has been a great partner in that. We've been able to maintain a very high velocity of innovation, bringing forward new models, adding new automation into the process to save our underwriters more time.
So I've seen so much business that it's nice to have a system that can keep up with that and not only make things easier for us, but also be able to keep up with that volume. It's never crashed. We don't get all these crazy messages and things like that.
It's like a lot of modern day cars, right? You buy them and they just get better and better.
They'll come to us with, platform ideas that we didn't even come to them with, but make life so much easier.
Kind of at the bottom line, it's just been tremendous. And I think the employee culture here has really improved significantly.
If I had to go back to how it was, I think that I genuinely would have an anxiety attack.
If you're excited about what you're doing at work, that's a good thing.
I love what I do. I love the trucking industry and I love the insurance industry. Both are, very complex industries. They're really both data-driven industries. They're highly complex and they're both critical for the functioning of our country. Insurance is what really the foundation of what enables risk-taking and things like transportation. I mean, we wouldn't even be able to get those trucks on the road and have them drive if it wasn't for insurance. I get to work at the intersection of these incredible industries, and I get to be at the forefront of innovation, and I get to be working with great companies like Federato to build something really special. I think there's tremendous opportunity in where we're going with Federato and the partnership.
I think we are creating the solutions that the industry needs, specifically in commercial auto here at HDVI.